It's Adele and April and Blair, and we are here with Just Say Scrap and Technique Tuesday. So we are excited about today's. Hello, you trying to get away? Are you just going to sit there? Okay. So we are excited about today's Technique Tuesday. We finally finished our little album. Today we are bringing in some of our watercolor paints yet again. And we might do a little bit more of some like watercolor techniques throughout this month, which we're really excited about. Show you a few new things that just came out in the catalog on April 1st. Ooh la la. And a few things that have actually been in our core catalog, which we haven't done yet. So we're super excited about that. But today we are throwing it back to, or not throwing it back, we are just doing our technique on our another watercolor splatter technique. So make sure you watch our video to see what we do. All right, so this month's Technique Tuesdays, we're going to do a little bit more on watercoloring and different techniques that you can do with our watercolor paints, our watercolor pencils, different things like that. So I really wanted to start out pretty simple, but I have one of our distress watercolor sheets here. It's an 8.5 by 11, so I am going to end up cutting it. So let me grab my aluminum cut rail. And at the end of the month, we're going to end up doing a page with this. So let me do. It's an 8.5 by 11, and I want 3-inch squares. So I'm going to cut it like this. I'm only going to use one of the squares today. I might as well prep it for a little bit. All right. So I'm going to put the rest of these back into my watercolor cardstock pack. I always, whenever I have extras of distress oxides, oh my gosh, distress watercolor cardstock, I always throw it right back into here. So I always have it for when I need it. And I'm going to move my Versamat out of the way, actually. Work on my all-purpose mat here. And we're going to take our watercolors. And this technique is pretty simple, but it just, whenever we do something like this, like a splatter, we never really think about what we're doing. I kind of always just do this and like hit it on my finger and then it just splatters like that. But I want to change that up today and show you that if you kind of do it and think about it, you can get a little bit of a different look as well. So let me pull out my chamois, because remember last time we found out that you can use your chamois to wipe it off, or if you have a paper towel, you can use that too. But I'm just going to make sure that this is clean. Nothing on it. All right, we are good to go here. This is a dry chamois that now has some wet. All right. So, different ways that you can get bigger splatters and bigger drops. So, I'm actually going to use 20 because I've never used this before. And it looks like it's a really pretty color. So, we're going to use this. I know the outside of it is off to the side here, but I'm using my corresponding 20. And I'm going to start this how I normally would splatter, right? We would just take it like this and splatter our artwork, right? But the way that I want to do it today is I want to get a little bit more color. And I actually want to like drop the splatter on it. So instead of just doing that, I'm going to actually squeeze and see how I have that water droplet now? I'm going to shake that off. Come on. Go. There we go. Squeeze. Let me get a little bit more color on here. Squeeze. And see how I'm now getting bigger droplets? All right. And so that just shows you that normally we get those tiny little droplets and stuff. But now what you can do is you can kind of give it a little bit more dimension and different sizes and things like that. And what I really like about this is, you know how we usually try to stick with the 3 patterns? So now I've got 3 of my watercolors, which will soak into the paper. I know they look like they're sitting on top right now because they are, but remember, like the other parts are all completely dry. Well, not really. They're not completely dry yet. Watercolor paper will absorb it, but the watercolor paper is a little bit different than normal paper because it is more water resistant. Not water resistant. I'm using the wrong words today, but it won't bend. That's what I'm trying to get to. It's thicker, so it's meant for like water to be on it. It's not going to warp on you and things like that. So it will take a little bit more time for that to just kind of soak in there. It gives you little elements. So we have that 3 now. Like, remember we talk how things go in 3s? So I can now use like clear sparkles, bitty sparkles, stickles, something like that to kind of continue with my little 3 cluster here. And we can make this into an extra embellishment even on the page too. So that is just our first technique of this month. So using our watercolor brush by squeezing it to make bigger drops.
And that's Technique Tuesday. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments below. But doesn't it look cool? The little bigger splatters? Yeah. I think it's awesome because then you can kind of place your embellishments a little bit more. So you get those little splatters, but then you can kind of place things where you want them and, you know, make it more of an embellishment than just a random splatter. So that's fun. I didn't realize how wild my hair is, but I just got home from volleyball. But that is our Technique Tuesday. We hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments below. And we are looking forward to this month of Technique Tuesdays. So, all right, we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.
I got you. I got you.
Uh-oh, who's the star today? Oh, it's Blair. Hi, Blair. Hi, baby.
You ready to record?
Sure.
Blair! Excuse me, ma'am. You were not allowed up there. Oh, Blair. Oh, Blair, Blair. Blair, Bear. Oh, got Blair. Ow. Okay, there goes Blair.
She's trying to push away. Zoomies.
It's Nala.
Oh, you were not giving it to me very well.
Hi, Nala.
This little one does not like me. Goodbye. Where are you going?
Come back here.
Don't run away from me. Oh, she's downstairs. So that's Throw It Together Thursday. Oh my gosh.